3 years have gone by, friends. Yes, the summers and winters have cracked the mountains a little bit more, and the rains have brought down some of the dirt. Some babies that weren't even born before have begun speaking regular sentences already. And some people who thought they were bright, young, and spry have found they can't even bounce up a flight of stairs without their hearts fluttering a little. Yes, all that can happen within 1,000 days.
Nature's been pushing and contriving in other ways, too. A number of young people fell in love and got married. Yes, the mountain got a bit away a few fractions of an inch. Water went up by the mill. And here and there, a new home was set up under a roof. Most everybody in town gets married. You know what I mean? Actually, most everybody climbs into their graves now.
The first act was the dating life. This act is called love and marriage. There's another act after this. I reckon you can guess what that one is about. So, it's 3 years later, July 7th, just after high school commencement. That's when our young people jump up and get married. Right after they pass their last examinations in solid geometry and Cicero's orations, that's when they feel themselves fit to be married. Well, it's early morning.
Only this time, it's been raining, it's been pouring and thundering. Mrs. Gibbs' garden here and Mrs. Webb's is drenched. All those bean poles and pea vines drenched. All yesterday over there on Main Street was like curtains being blown along. It may be good any minute. And there, you can hear the 5:45 for Boston.
Here's Mrs. Webb and Mrs. Gibb come downstairs to get their breakfast as if it were a regular day. I don't need to point out to the women in my audience that those ladies that they see before them, both those ladies cook 3 meals a day with no summer vacation. One of them for 20, the other for 30. They brought up 2 children apiece, washed and cleaned the house, and never a nervous breakdown.
It's like one of those Middle West poets said, you've got the love life to have life, and you've got the have life to love life. It's what they call a vicious circle.
Giddy up, Bessie.
Here comes Howie Newsom delivering the milk.
And there's Cycross delivering the paper just like his brother before him.
Morning, Howie.
Morning, Si. Anything in the papers I ought to know?
Nothing much. I'm except for losing about the best baseball pitcher Grover's Corners ever had. George Gibbs.
Where he is.
He could hit and run bases too.
Yep, a mighty fine ball player. Whoa, Bessie. I guess I can stop the phone by the mind too.
I don't see how he can give up anything like that just to get married. Would you, Howie?
Can't tell, Si. That guy don't sound that way. You're early, Bill.
Seeing if there's anything I can do to prevent blood. The river's been rising all night.
Si Crowd here is all worked up about George Gibbs trying to baseball.
Yes, sir. That's the way it goes. Back in '84, we had a player, Cy. Even George Gibbs couldn't touch him. Name him Hank Todd. He went down to Maine to become a parson. Wonderful ball player. Howie, how's that weather look to you?
Oh, take that. Think maybe it'll clear up good. Good morning, Howie. You think the rain clear up too? Good morning, Mrs. Gibbs. It rains so heavy, but I think maybe it'll clear up. Certainly hope it will. How much did you want today?
I'm having a house full of relations that can got me 3 looking to agree.
My wife says to tell you all you both hope they'll be very happy, Mrs. Gibbs. Oh, they will.
Tell your wife I hope she makes it to the wedding.
Yeah, she'll be there. She'll be there if she can. Morning, Mrs. Webb.
Good morning, Mr. Newsom. I told you before I went some milk, but I hope you can spare me another.
Yes, and 2 cream.
Well, let's start raining again, Mr. Newsom.
Well, just saying to Mrs. Gibbs that how maybe it'll lighten up. Mrs. Newsom told me to tell you all you both hope they'll be very happy, Mrs. Webb. Oh, they will.
Thank you, and thank Mrs. Newsom. And we're counting on seeing you at the wedding.
Yes, we hope to get there. Couldn't miss that. Come on, Bessie.
Well, Ma, the day is coming. You're losing one of your chicks.
Oh, Frank, don't you say another word. I feel like crying every minute.
Rooms don't shave themselves. Throwing in an awful lot of shade. Whistling and singing like you glad to leave us. Every now and then I can say those little stuff in the mirror. I do. But it don't sound like convincing to me. I was remembering my wedding morning, Julia.
Oh, go along.
I was scared to start fell in the state of New Hampshire. I thought I made a mistake for sure. Then I seen you coming down that aisle, and I thought you were the prettiest girl I ever saw. But the only trouble was I never seen you before.
And how do you think I felt when kids? Weddings are perfectly awful things. Farces. That's the thing. Here, I made you something.
Why, Julia, mercy! French toast!
That ain't hard to make. I had to do something.
I didn't sleep last night, Julia.
Well, I heard most of the hours struck off.
Yes. I get a shot every time I think George leaves out to be a family man.
That great Daniel in the name.
I tell you, Julia, ain't nothing more terrifying in the world as a son. The relation of a father and son is the darnest obvious.
Mother and daughter's no picnic, let me tell you.
Yeah, having troubles, I suppose, but that's none of our business. Everybody has the right to their own trouble. Julia, do you want to know one of the things I was afraid of when I first met you?
Hold on, Frank.
I was afraid we wouldn't have a material conversation that lasts more than 2 weeks. I was afraid we'd run off and get our meals in silence, and that's a fact. Well, been conversing with you for 20 years now, down in those forbearance bills.
Well, good weather, bad weather, that ain't your choice, but always find something to say. Did you hear Rebecca upstairs staring around?
No. Only day to get she is managing everybody else's business. She's hiding in her room. I got the impression she's crying.
Lord sakes, this has got to stop. Rebecca!